then everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves, and welcome back to a brand new video today on transfer news and rumours. Hope you guys are keeping safe and well, and it's about a week until Wolves are back in Premier League action against West Ham United, so there's going to be plenty of content on our YouTube channel before, during and after the game, and of course keep an eye on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course our new website as well, talkingwolves.co.uk. There's going to be plenty of new blogs and posts updated on there every couple of days, so be sure to keep your eyes on that. But today I've got a handful of rumours that have been doing the rounds over the last week or so regarding Wolves, and we're going to be talking about them, giving my thoughts and giving you the latest on those. So we're going to start off with the first one, which is Axel Disasi. Wolves, according to L'Equipe in France, have made a €15 million bid for the 22-year-old defender. He currently plays for Stade de Reims in France, and they finished 5th in Ligue 1. Not a bad finish for them, especially as they had the best defensive record in the league this season. They conceded just 21 goals in 28 games, and Disasi appeared 27 times for them out of the 28 games this season. Of course, the French league got stopped quite early on. They sort of finished the season, unlike Italy, Spain and England, Germany, they're all coming back to action. France decided to call it quits on their season. PSG won the league, but Reims finished 5th and had a really, really good defensive record. Disasi had the most shots blocked, the most clearances for his side too. He has been linked with Arsenal quite heavily in the past, but it has been said that Wolves have bid €15 million for him. Now, Wolves were looking for a defender back in January. They had a few players on their radar. I think Tapsoba was one of them, who played at the time in Portugal. He's now moved to Germany, Leverkusen, I believe. And of course, Roy Bennett moved on. Now, the future of Roy Bennett is still unknown. Leicester were and ahhing whether they were going to make it permanent. It sounded like he may be coming back to Wolves, but I don't think he's got a future at Wolves anymore. Wolves ended up trusting the likes of Max Kilman, Romain Saiss and Dendonk, who added that little bit of versatility as well. But I think Wolves are probably going to want someone that is a bit more natural at centre-back. And a young option like Disasi, French, €15 million. I think he's got a year left on his contract. But I know there's going to be plenty of big interest in him. So this one is definitely one to keep our eyes on. A very talented young defender, and I think he would be a welcome addition to Wolves. And I think the more Wolves get closer and start competing with the top 6 a lot more, we're going to be attracting these big young prospects, and this could work really, really well for the club in the future. The second one is one that I'm actually sort of excited about. Wu Lei, he's back on the radar apparently, and a really, really big report from Marca, who are really, really reliable over in Spain, has said that Wolves are back in for Wu Lei. I say back in because I think it was a couple of years ago we were heavily linked with signing Wu Lei, and then he went to Espanyol. I'm assuming that's due to work permit issues, and it sounds like that has all been ironed out now, and Wolves apparently are negotiating with the Chinese forward about a transfer this summer. Now, Wolves have made no secret, especially since Fosun have come in, of trying to find that Asian superstar. We've signed a number of young players for the academy, the under-23s, the under-18s, Dong De-hee, Hong Wan, Ming Yang, who was one of the first ones to come in, obviously Swiss and Chinese, David Wang. There's been so many players that have come in. But why not? When you're looking for an Asian superstar, why don't you get arguably one of the best Chinese footballers out there at the moment? Now, Wu Lei can play as a forward it's quite versatile really. Predominantly a left winger, but can play through the middle and on the right-hand side as well. And I think that's what Wolves probably look for. Someone like Diogo Jota could do the same. Adama Traore, if you really wanted him to, can do the same. And I'd probably say the same with Pedro Neto and Daniel Podence. Although those guys are a little bit more lightweight, I think if you wanted to play them through the middle, you could. We saw Neto play in a 2. I think with Cotrone a couple of times in the Europa League. So I think that versatility is key for Wolves, trying to get as many players that can play as many positions as they can. Now, he has scored 7 goals this season for Espanyol. It's been a really struggling Espanyol side. Some of you may remember seeing him play against us at Molineux when we thrashed Espanyol at home in the Europa League. But he has done an okay job. I think scoring 7 goals for a team that have been as bad as they are is not a bad return at all. He scored 5 in 8 this year for China as well. And I just think of the marketing for this guy. We've seen with Raul Jimenez how powerful that has been in Mexico. And Wolves and Fosun have just made it so obvious they're trying to tap into the Chinese market. And I don't think you're going to get any bigger than this. Now, I've watched some clips of him, and one of them, was a friendly that Espanyol had against Sheffield Wednesday. there was about 300 or 400, maybe that's an exaggeration, but there was a good amount of Chinese supporters that went to that game just to watch Wu Lei play. It was a pre-season game in Sheffield, and there was at least 100 to 200 Chinese fans there cheering him on. And I just think the impact that this guy is going to have is going to be unbelievable. Shirt sales, everything. But he's not a bad footballer either. He's not a bad option. His goal scoring record is very, very decent. And I think if you do put your marketing head on, I think it's going to be a great option. I think he's going to be someone that is going to be pretty happy to play second fiddle to someone like Raul, but still adds that versatility as a left winger and a right winger that we need. He's going to be a very, very cheap option. I think I've seen fees of about €2 million banished about, but he is out of contract at Christmas. It's quite a weird contract. His contract runs out at the 31st of December. So if it's not a summer signing, it could possibly be a January signing. But I think this is one that Wolves will probably want to get through the door. And they've made no secret that they want to sign a player of that sort, really. So I would not be surprised to see Wu Lei be one of the names for Wolves through the door in summer. Another one. This is when crazy transfer rumour season starts. Wolves are reportedly considering making a contract offer for PSG captain Thiago Silva. The 35-year-old, he is going to be leaving the French capital this summer on a free, and Wolves apparently are one of the clubs that are tipped to make a transfer offer for him. This is a crazy one. Thiago Silva, for me, has been arguably one of the best defenders out there for the last 10 years or so. You see, since 2012, he's made 310 appearances for PSG. 30 of those have come this season in all competitions. So I think that just shows, he's still got that sort of game amount in his tank. I think the only real stumbling block for Wolves could possibly be wages. Of course, when you've been at PSG since, the big money came in, you're going to have been on a very nice wage, and especially being the PSG captain as well. But I still think, this would be a phenomenal signing for Wolves. A lot of Premier League clubs have been interested. It wouldn't surprise me to see him go back to Brazil, maybe just to finish off his career. But if he did want one more challenge and come into the Premier League, I think he's still got that quality. I think that would be an unbelievable signing for Wolves. And I think that he probably does suit how we play as well. A lot of people are going to be questioning the age. We brought in Jean Martino at quite a large age, didn't we? I say large age, it's quite rude, but maybe, at 32, 33, and he's been unbelievable for us. I think defensively, Thiago Silva would be unbelievable, and we'd still get 1 or 2 good years out of him. Got the leadership, the experience, the quality for the young defenders, such as your Kilmans, your Marques. That would be an unbelievable tutor. And so that is one that I would love to see happen. It's probably one of the ones that I don't think will happen. I think wage is probably the main thing with that one, and I do see him possibly even going to America, but Brazil I think is going to be a big option for him as well. Another rumour that Wolves have been linked with Rodrigo Fernandez, the 19-year-old that currently plays for Sporting. He's a young midfielder that Wolves have apparently had their eye on and have been in talks with Sporting about. Now, he currently is no longer training with the Sporting first team. He played a couple of games for them this season in the Europa League, but he's no longer training with the first team. Interpret that how you will, but I'd say it's possibly because a deal has already been agreed with another club and he doesn't want to get himself injured. He's currently training with a personal trainer at the moment to ensure he stays fit. But as I say, talks have been going on between Sporting and Wolves, and figures of around £10 to £12 million for his signature have been reported. So that one has been reported twice by Arbola and by Record, two of the biggest papers over in Portugal. So that is another one to keep our eye on. Is he going to be a player that comes into the first team? I'm not sure. But if Wolves are going to be playing that £10 to £12 million, surely I don't think they'd spend that much money on a player to sit in the under-23s. Another PSG player as well, Idrissa Gueye. He was linked with Wolves over the weekend. It was reported that Wolves were among a number of Premier League teams looking to sign him. It's not like he's been out of favour, though, at PSG. The Senegalese midfielder played 35 times for PSG this season in all competitions, and of course he'd previously played for Villa and Everton in the Premier League as well, and it was reported that a number of teams wanted to bring him back to England. However, in the last day or so, the 30-year-old has come out and said publicly that he isn't looking to leave the French capital, so I think that puts a stop to that one immediately. Now, an interesting one for Wolves. They were linked with Emmanuel Boateng over the last week or so. He's a Ghanaian midfielder currently playing in Israel for Hapoel Tel Aviv. It said that Wolves are interested in signing him. However, the issue would be that they wouldn't be able to get a work permit for him. However, it was said that Wolves would sign him and just loan him out to a European team to try and get that work permit issue sorted. Now, this may not make much sense for a lot of you. It's happened before in the past. I think clubs like Arsenal and clubs like Manchester United have done it before. And I think Fosun and Wolves, Fosun as an investment company will probably see this. And I think it could work for them. Boateng, of course, 22 years of age, still pretty young. If Wolves can buy him for a really cheap fee, loan him out, and he has a really, really good season elsewhere, they could either make big profit on him quite quickly or wait and obviously introduce him to the Wolves team, and we've got another asset there. So I think as long as Wolves can get a good fee for Boateng, this could be a really, really interesting deal, and it wouldn't surprise me to see more clubs do it, especially with England or the UK leaving the European Union. We don't know what it's going to be like with work permits. Is it going to be more difficult to sign players? Is it going to be easier, or is it going to be about the same? We don't know yet. So I think that is going to be something that may well happen a little bit more often. Some news regarding an outgoing player, really. Enzo Loiodice, or Loiodice. It was, of course, brought in January from Dijon. He was a young midfielder, French under-20 international, and I think a lot of fans had high hopes for him. He was sat in the under-23s, quite regular for the under-23s from January, really. Wolves, of course, paid a loan fee and had an option to buy the midfielder if they wished. But it has been confirmed that he won't be joining the club, and he is going to be going back to France and rejoining his parent club, Dijon. The reasons for this are unknown. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic or whether he just didn't impress with Wolves. We don't know. But best of luck to him in the future. And, of course, another player which I think a lot of fans did have high hopes for, and we won't be seeing him in the first team in the near future at least. And the final rumour is one of Mattia Sakic. He's a 22-year-old goalkeeper who currently plays for Aston Villa. He has been out on loan from Villa and impressed at a couple of clubs he has been at, but his contract is up this summer and he does not want to stay at Aston Villa. It's said that Wolves are in talks to sign the 22-year-old. Again, I don't know what this is going to be because John Ruddy, of course, has already signed a new contract. Maybe he's going to be sat in the under-23s and it's another way for Wolves to look at, right, he's a free transfer, we keep him for 6 months or a year and we sell him on and make a quick profit. I don't know. But yeah, Wolves are interested. They're in talks to sign the goalkeeper. He's from Montenegro and it is said that he is interested in a move to Molineux. So that is one as well we can keep our eyes on. But guys, that is all for today. Plenty of rumours to sink your teeth into. As I said before, be sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know your comments and thoughts on the rumours that we've spoken about today. And of course, you can check out talkingwolves.co.uk or at talkingwolves everywhere for your latest Wolves transfer news and rumours. But until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon.